Hi,
Good morning,
good
everyone.
morning.
How are you all? Welcome to the stream. Shall we do our introductions?
Why not? Go
Okay,
ahead.
would you like to start?
Yes, my name is Aaron. I'm from Cork, Ireland, and I've been living in Bologna for 4 years, more or less, and I've been working at Bologna Mille for 2.5 years. And what about you?
Well, my name is Sophia. I come from London, but I have lived in Bologna for the last 4 years, and for a year and a half, I have been working at my English school, Mille.
Nice, nice.
So, if you are joining us now, say good morning, introduce yourself, tell us where you are from, tell us where you are now, and tell us, do you prefer watching films at home? I'm looking for it. At home or at the cinema?
Here it is at the bottom.
Yeah, where do you prefer watching films? And also tell us why you prefer these places.
So, where do you prefer watching films with you?
So for a long time, I preferred watching films at home because at home I can be comfortable. I can stay on the sofa or in my bed, in my pajamas. And also, I don't have people all around me, maybe talking during the film, maybe disturbing me, entering, exiting. So, for a long time, I preferred watching films at home. But recently, I have started to go to the cinema more often and to see some very beautiful films at the cinema. And now I am beginning to love the cinema again. So I'm beginning to rediscover my passion for the cinema. Yeah.
Okay. That's great.
And you?
In general, I prefer watching films at the cinema just because of the experience, the quality, the sound, the video, and just the experience in general. You get to see it with your friends, you get to discuss it, you get to talk about it.
Yeah.
But it kind of depends on the type of film. So if it's a film that I'm not particularly interested in, I'll happily just watch it at home.
Yeah.
Or obviously, if it's an old film and I have no option to watch it at home. But if it's a big film, if it's an important film, and I think it's worth seeing at the cinema, I definitely prefer it.
I think also it depends on the effects, the music, the special effects. There are certain types of films which are definitely better to see at the cinema.
Antonella says, "Hi guys, I'm Antonella from Naples."
Antonella, nice to see you again.
Nice to see you again. And I prefer watching films at home on my sofa.
Very nice.
Very nice.
You don't need. I noticed you put a little accent on sofa. It's not necessary. In English, we pronounce sofa. Okay.
Yes, in those kind of accents don't actually exist in English.
No, it's true. They don't exist, those accents.
Which is why if you have ever used an English or American keyboard, they don't exist. You don't have the characters.
It sounds like you're speaking from experience, where you've been like, where is it? And you can't find it.
Exactly, all the time.
Nice. Why do you prefer your watching films at home on your sofa, Antonella? Let us know.
Yes.
And if you are joining us now, again, your question is here at the bottom. I finally got it. I got it right. I'm learning. Introduce yourself. Where do you prefer watching films and why? What shall we do next? Shall we go on? I was going to ask you when was the last time you went to the cinema, but I remembered that we will talk about that later. How often?
Annalisa says, "Hello, I'm Annalisa from near Milan."
Nice.
For me, it depends on the type of film.
Very nice. Good one, Annalisa. So is it similar also for you that if it's a film with a lot of special effects, you prefer to watch it at the cinema? Also, be careful here. It depends on.
Exactly. Also, very interesting symbol in your profile picture. I saw.
It looks like a tattoo.
It looks like a tattoo. Yeah, I think it's Celtic.
All right.
So if you're joining us now, please introduce yourselves and tell us: do you prefer watching films at home or at the cinema?
How often do you go to the cinema?
Maybe once or twice a month, more or less,
nice.
depending on if there are films that I'm interested in at the cinema.
Absolutely. Yeah. Me too. Approximately once a month.
Mhm.
Yeah. And when I can, I go for free as well.
Exactly. It's always better if it's for free.
Exactly. We use our coupons from the supermarket and
Mhm.
we get free cinema tickets.
By the way, good morning, guys.
Cheers, guys. Good morning.
This, by the
Mine's-
way,
Mm,
mine's cold, but
yeah, mine's cold.
Wait, this is a mug. It's called a mug.
Yeah,
We're
this is
drinking.
my mug here. I'll write this up as well. Let's see what Ariana says.
Hi, Ariana. Welcome to the stream. I prefer watching films at home, but there are many films to watch at the cinema.
Nice,
Yes,
good
definitely.
answer. Yeah, I'll write here a mug, which is a oops.
Container for coffee or tea. In particular, I have my Wookiee mug because, as you may see, I am a big Star Wars fan. So
All
it's
right.
not wise to upset a Wookiee.
Let's look at our focus for today. So, film review. Thank you, Antonella.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, this is my zebra mug I have today. Yeah. Film reviews. So, let's look at what we will do.
We have using the past simple, describing films and writing a film review.
Exactly. So we will start with practicing some questions in the past tense. Okay. We've got some words on the slide. Last film, who with, where, when, and your opinion. All you need to do in the comment section. Hi, Lorena. Thank you for joining us. All you need to do in the comments is to write for us a full question.
Mhm.
Okay. Try to remember your grammar. Do you want to explain the?
Yeah, you have the question word, the auxiliary, which is usually do, subject, and the infinitive. It's the quasi form.
Exactly.
So remember to use this form when you're writing your questions. So
Mhm.
ask us some questions, ask us some full questions.
Exactly.
Remember with the second one, who with, that the preposition, in this case with, is at the end of the sentence, not at the beginning, not in the middle, it's at the end. So yeah, in the comments, please ask us some questions. Create the full question. Because obviously in English, we can't really say, last film? We need a full question.
Well, you could say last film, but
it's not a question.
no, and also you're a bit aggressive.
Yeah,
if
I know,
you do
right?
that.
And hi, Christina from Franciacorta.
Hi.
I prefer to go to the theater.
Oh wow,
Wow.
Christina just
Okay.
turned it right around,
Yeah,
didn't
exactly.
she? And Antonella says number one.
What was the last film you saw?
Excellent, very nice, good job. Once we have the question, you can also answer it. So, what was the last film you saw, Aaron?
Good question. At home, the last film I saw was oh no, what was it called?
Was it Life of Brian?
Oh, maybe. I think it was.
I think the last
I
film you
think it
saw was
was.
Life of Brian.
It was Life of Brian, which is an excellent comedy film by the comedy group Monty Python.
Yeah, the English comedy group.
Yeah, the English comedy group Monty Python that are absolutely incredible. They're from the 70s or 80s, but the films are still amazing. Yeah. So, yeah. And what was the last film that you saw?
I think it was the same one. I don't think I have seen a film since Life of Brian. I'm trying to remember, but no, I think that.
How about the second last you saw?
Well, the second last I saw was another Monty Python
No,
film.
we have the one. What was it called? The one with where they're digging for oil.
Ah, yeah. There Will Be Blood.
There Will Be Blood.
That was a good film. In fact, I'm adding it to my list. There Will Be Blood was the second last film I saw.
With an excellent Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yes.
Which I think also won an Oscar for it.
Yeah, he did.
Nice. I can't remember who the director was. But...
No, I can't remember either. I don't think I know who the director is, but very good film. Nice. Thank you, Antonella. And don't forget, in the comments, you can also respond to these questions once we have the full question.
Also, I was just thinking, Franciacorta, I worked in Franciacorta for a while. I worked in Paderno, so maybe you know, maybe you don't.
Where is it?
In Franciacorta.
Yes, where is?
It's
Thank you.
province of Brescia.
Okay, nice.
Between Brescia and another province that I can't really remember now, but it's
You
in
weren't
the north.
really paying attention.
No, not really. But, yeah, it's a really beautiful area.
Yeah.
It's between Lago di Seo and Lago di Garda.
Oh, nice, nice. All right. We're not. Anybody have the second one? Should we maybe look at it? Should we bring it up? So for actually, they don't have the answers on the slide. So for the second one, we will.
As I said, the preposition goes at the very end. So we start with the question word. Who? Auxiliary. Did. Subject. You. Infinitive. Watch. It with.
Yeah. Obviously, you can change the verbs. Who did you watch it with? Previously, Antonella used saw, which is also fine. So, who did you watch it with? The last film that you watched? Well, recently I've only been watching films with you because I cannot watch films with anybody else.
I feel a bit of resentment here.
No, there's no resentment. I enjoy watching films with you. You always do very good critiques of the films.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you always have very interesting opinions. So who did you watch it with can be the second question. Again, let us know in the comments. Answer these questions. Good. Annalisa has it as well. Who did you see your or the last film with? You need a article or a pronoun? Your pronoun.
No, adjective.
Adjective, possessive adjective. So who did you see the last film or your last film with? And let us know also the answers.
Yes. We have 3 where.
Yes. So think about the question we asked you at the beginning of the focus.
Which we will now take down.
Which we will now take down. Enough.
Okay, so Christina says Franciacorta is a large park.
Including East Iseo Lake.
I would say because I think she's giving us the corners of it.
Okay.
Maybe between the east of the Iseo Lake, Serbino Land, Torbiere Park, and etc.
Serbino Land? That place sounds incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll put maybe you intend to say
between
Christina. Antonella says, oops, sorry. West.
Oh, west of it was Bergamo, the other province. I forgot.
These directions, Christina, are east and west, the English translations, okay, east and west. I wanted to bring up Antonella's response. Usually you have usually, Antonella. Remember that with usually we use present simple. Usually I watch films with my partner and sometimes friends. Okay, so with usually, remember to use present simple. Yes,
and we also have an answer from Annalisa for the third question. Sorry, so a question from Annalisa. And she says, where did you watch it? Yeah,
perfect. Very nice.
Perfect. Well, Life of Brian, I watched it at home on my sitting at my kitchen table.
Oh yeah, it's true. And There Will Be Blood, I watched it here at home on this same sofa.
On this very sofa.
So let us know also, where did you watch the last film you watched? We imagine you were at home. We expect you were at home.
Well, maybe they haven't watched any since the last time they went to the cinema. I don't know.
Maybe. Though I imagine that now you have a lot of time to watch films.
Exactly.
Good. We have 2 more questions.
We have when and your opinion.
Yeah.
Yes. So with your opinion, you will need to choose a question word.
Exactly. With your opinion, there are many different possibilities. We will look at some options for this final question as well. Yeah, number 4 should be quite easy. It's very similar to number 3. We just need to change the question word.
So you should find it quite simple. What other films have we seen here at home since the? Oh well, we saw the another Monty Python film, which was
The Holy Grail.
The Holy Grail, Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Yeah. Christina says, I take my nephews to the cinema. We watch the cartoon movie. Nice. You can say we watch animated movies.
Animated movies.
Yeah, so these are usually for children, but very often they have jokes for adults as well.
Mm-hmm.
Antonella says,
At the moment we can only watch films at home.
Yeah, it's true.
It's true. So my last film was Pets 2.
That sounds like a terrible film. Tell us.
Maybe you enjoyed it.
Maybe you enjoyed it. How was the film? I'm trying not to give the responses to number 5.
Well, you kind of did. But...
I gave one option. So maybe we should give number 4.
Yes, it's very similar to number 3. The difference.
Annalisa has it, right?
Has it.
She anticipated me.
When did you watch your last film at the cinema?
Yeah, she makes it specific at the cinema. Nice changing, Annalisa.
Good,
very good.
Good.
So at the cinema, I think it was in January.
What did we watch?
No.
No, it was 1917.
It was 1917, and that was in February, right?
So.
It was in February.
I think it was in February. Yes, it was 1917. The
latest war movie.
Yes, it won a couple of Oscars at the Oscars.
Really? Really, Aaron? It won Oscars at the Oscars.
I wanted to say it
What is the world coming to?
What
is this?
I wanted to say it won a couple of awards at the Oscars, but
no, it won Oscars at the Oscars. And so once a month. We went once in February and once in January. Nice.
And once in December.
What did we watch in December?
Very important film.
Oh yeah, we
most
watched
important
Star
film
Wars in
of
December.
The last 2 years.
Let us know also in the comments, when did you watch your last film at the cinema?
Yes.
And for number 5, we can have some different questions. Let us know what are some options that you
So for example, earlier you said, how was it?
I said, how was the film is one option for 5. Let me rate.
5.1.
Yeah.
Annalisa says, now I watch many films and TV series on Netflix.
Good. You don't need to use the Annalisa because Netflix is a name. It's a proper noun. So I watch many films and TV series, invert this, on Netflix. Nice. So one option for 5 is how was the film? Let us know if you can think of any more options for 5.
Mm-hmm.
So what about the last film you saw? How was it?
It was fun. So we're still talking about the life of Brian, and it was very funny. It was quite incredible to see what they could do in 1980, maybe, was it?
1979.
1979.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was very fun, very enjoyable.
Definitely. Yeah. Yes. Good.
Did you like it? Good.
Antonella.
Excellent.
Very
Did
nice.
you like it?
Absolutely. This is another option. And we can also use the word that is in the question. So you can ask this.
What was your opinion of the film?
Exactly.
Excellent. And Christina, is it? Says, with my niece and nephew at Cinema Porte Franche last July. In our opinion, it was funny.
Very nice. Let me write this correction.
It's our, not us, because it's the possessive adjective, and we need the subject afterwards. It was funny. Yes, excellent.
So have a
Um,
look, Christina, here at a correction. In our opinion, it was funny. Nice.
good. Um, and the last, can I say, what was your opinion about it? What was your
Yeah, I think so. What was your opinion of?
of it?
Yeah, maybe better, Antonella. What was your opinion of the film, not
Mhm.
about it? Okay. Nice. So, shall we continue?
Yeah.
Okay, let's continue and look at some vocabulary, or rather, some more questions. So we have two questions. What is your favorite film and why do you like it? And what is your least favorite film and why don't you like it?
So remember that favorite film obviously is your favorite film, but your least favorite is the opposite. So something you really did not like.
Exactly.
Something you watched and hated every second of it.
Annalisa says the TV series. Remember, Annalisa, to change this. The Young Pope and New Pope, in my opinion, are amazing. Nice.
I have seen The Young Pope.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it is very good. Very strange. Um, I did not expect something similar, but very good.
Nice. So, what is your favorite film at the moment, Aaron?
Oh, difficult to say. Um, well, I have to at this point.
Yeah, I know. I get it.
I'm going to talk about Star Wars, of course. I
We're
have the
doing
Star Wars
a
mug.
webinar on films. You can't not
I
talk
have
about
to. I have
Star
to.
Wars.
I have all of the DVDs here. I've got, for example,
He's getting the
I'm
DVDs.
getting the DVDs. Big fan of Star Wars, so I'm definitely going to say Star Wars. In particular, my favorite is Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back, and it's a great adventure, great characters. Well, obviously the new ones have amazing special effects, but even the old ones, considering it's 1977, the first one, and the 1980s, they have incredible effects. And yeah, just a really interesting universe and
Very complex story.
very complex story,
Nice.
and it's very compelling narratives.
Oh, that's a big word. Compelling narratives. I'm writing that up. Compelling narratives. I'm writing this up just in case. So a narrative, a story that really holds your attention. Here we go.
Yay!
There's always one in the audience.
There's always one in the audience. Yes, fantastic. It's also a great film. I always recommend it to watch in English with subtitles, of course, because it's modern English. It's quite clear, and if you've seen the films before, it'll be easy to follow them.
Yeah.
As I said, considering the number of times I've seen Star Wars, I could probably watch it in Japanese and know exactly what they're saying at every single line.
Nice. Cool. What is my favorite film? I don't really have a favorite, but one film that I watched and I liked very much was Interstellar. And I liked it because it's a science fiction, but it is very realistic in the sense that it explores real possibilities for our future. And also because I am in love with the protagonist, Matthew McConaughey. One day we will be married. I'm sorry. And also because the story was very emotional. I think in this film, I cried approximately 5 times in this film. I was just constantly crying. So it was very emotionally involving as well. Let's see Antonella's response.
My favorite film is Dirty Dancing because I saw it when I was a teenager, and I don't like Woody Allen films.
Okay,
that's answering the second question.
Nice. I'm not a big fan of Woody Allen films either. Some of them I find a bit cliche. Christina says, "Yeah, Star Wars."
I'm a fan of Star Trek 2. I like Mr. Spock.
Nice. Of course. Fan. Attention, Christina.
See your spelling.
Yeah. And any other ideas about your least favorite film? or rather?
Today I watched an episode with subtitles in the English language. I think she means Star Wars. Yeah, an episode, I imagine. Or maybe...
Or Star Trek, because Star Trek has a TV series, so...
Yeah, but Annalisa was talking about... I don't know. We'll see. What are you going to watch in English, Annalisa?
Yeah.
Tell us.
Also, do you say today I watched? Do you mean today I watched, like this morning, or today I'm going to watch? I'm not sure.
Use either the past or the future.
Yeah, I'm not sure which you mean. Least favorite film. So, one of my... Oh no, she means Star Wars.
Okay, good idea. Good idea. Yes.
It's always a good idea.
Good idea.
One of my least favorite films is a film that won at the Oscars a couple of years ago. It's called The Shape of Water. The director is... Have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
The director
but I've
is
heard a lot about
Benicio del Toro. Nice, Annalisa.
Excellent.
Today
Good.
I'll watch. Very good. And it's a very, very strange film. At the beginning, it's very good. But then it starts getting very surreal, very strange, and you get to eventually a point in the film where you're just thinking, why am I watching this? What am I watching? And in my opinion, it did not deserve to win the Oscar for the best film. So that's one of my least favorite films. It was good, but it wasn't Oscar worthy, in my opinion.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very good. One of my least favorite films is a film called Parnassus. Have you seen it?
I've never heard of it. What is that word?
Parnassus is so the reason why I watched this film is because Parnassus is the last film that Heath Ledger did before he died. I'm sorry, big sad. Very sad. But Heath Ledger was an amazing actor. He was in the Batman series. He was the Joker in the Batman series. Amazing performance. And he died while he was making this film, Parnassus. So don't be sad. Don't be sad. And so I wanted to see it for this reason. But because he died during the production, other actors came in and played his parts. So, for example, Johnny Depp was in it for some parts, and the guy Jude Law was in it as well.
Interesting alternatives to
I
Heath
know,
Ledger.
but basically it was his friends that came in and finished the film. And so because a film is never filmed in order of scenes, they're filmed in a different order.
Yeah.
And then they're put together later. Basically, almost every scene, the same character was played by a different actor.
Okay.
Which made it confusing to begin with. Then the story, the plot, was even more confusing. So I've seen this film twice, and I still have no idea what was going on or what was happening. So I'm very, very confused. Very confused.
Nice. Let's see, Annalisa. She says, in my opinion, my least favorite films are two romantic stories. It's not it's don't really live. Let me try to...
I would say they're not realistic. Let's use an adjective.
Yeah. Maybe it would be better to say they're not realistic. Annalisa, have a look at this sentence. They are not realistic. Okay, nice.
And Christina says, I like thrillers, not horror movies, comedy films, historical movies maybe, or
history movies, I think is okay.
And sometimes Woody Allen's movies.
Nice, good. In fact, you are anticipating our next question, which is about your favorite and least favorite movie genres.
Yes.
Okay. So what are your favorite and least favorite movie genres?
So remember, this is a French word, so we pronounce it in a French way, genre, and it's to say the type of film. So for example, I think it was Christina said correctly, historical films or thrillers, horrors, yeah?
Exactly. We've already mentioned comedy, history, romance as well.
Romantic comedy.
Absolutely. This is my least favorite.
This is my least favorite
Romantic
as well.
comedies.
The romantic comedies and musicals.
Yeah, romantic comedies because they are too they are predictable.
Yes.
They are predictable. They all follow the same story. Anything with Jennifer Aniston in it, they always follow the same story.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I love Jennifer Aniston. I have big respect for her, but all of her romantic comedies are exactly the same film. It's just the man that changes. And musicals, why not musicals?
As I said, because they kind of, I feel like I want to continue with the story, but I'm waiting for them to finish singing. You know?
Like, oh, we're singing again.
Yeah, exactly. Good morning, Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
I
welcome.
love movies that make me cry.
Why?
Well, Lisa, tell us, have you seen Interstellar and did you cry?
Why do you love movies that make you sad?
Well, maybe it's tears of joy.
Okay.
Or just emotional movies in general.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Antonella, let's have her answer.
Also, you said one of my favorite films is Interstellar. I cried 5 times.
That is
and then
true.
You're like,
okay.
Why do you?
That's true. That's true. Fair enough. Fair enough. Antonella says,
I prefer thriller movies, but when I'm alone at home, I watch it without audio.
maybe you mean horror movies.
I don't know. Maybe horror movies.
Maybe you mean to say horror, like scary films. You watch them without audio. That's so funny.
That's so funny. Yeah, that's really funny. I suppose it is much less scary if you're watching it without
I mean,
sound.
half of the scare factor is from the music and the sound effects. So yeah, it makes sense.
That's what we should do. Instead of covering our eyes, we should just mute it.
We just turn off the audio. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. That's a good idea. I cannot watch horror movies. It's my least favorite are horror movies because when I watch a film, I want to relax. If I watch a horror, then I cannot sleep afterwards. So I try not
With
to.
horror movies, me too. Do you mute them, Christina, as well?
Oh god.
Oh, she did see Interstellar and I did cry. Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, because the music sometimes scares me. Good. With horror movies, me too. These guys are onto something.
This is genius. This is absolute genius.
Remember, Antonella, that to scare is the verb. Okay, scary is the adjective.
Mm-hmm. And Lisa says Matthew McConaughey is one of my favorite actors. Oh,
yeah,
great.
But I saw him first.
He is going to be Sophia's future husband.
Exactly. So don't even try it, Lisa. Let's look at.
So let's move on.
Annalisa said,
I cried.
Or I did cry. It's okay. I did. If you want to give emphasis, I did cry when I watched I'm Legend. Yeah, that's a good film.
That's a very good film.
I like that film. I have a passion for zombie films.
Yeah,
I like zombie films. So I Am Legend is one of my favorites.
Is it zombie films in particular, or just post-apocalyptic films?
I generally like post-apocalyptic films, but if there are zombies, even better.
Even better. Okay. Yeah, sorry. In general, I like them too.
Yeah.
Anyway.
World War Z. Also.
One of my favorite post-apocalyptic films is Mad Max: Fury Road.
Yeah.
Very good film. An incredible Tom Hardy and.
Absolutely.
I can't remember. Her name is
Charlize
Theron. Yes.
Yeah.
She is very, very good in that film.
But I'm a bit. This is an interesting adjective which I will give you. I'm a bit squeamish. Squeamish is an adjective, and maybe you are squeamish as well. If you don't really like blood, you don't like watching violence, if when you see blood at the cinema, you cover your eyes, you are squeamish. I'm very squeamish. So with Mad Max, for example, a lot of scenes I had to not watch because there is a lot of blood, a lot of violence, and I didn't want to see needles. Yeah, anything with fingernails. Let us know. Are you squeamish now that you know this this word? And let's look at our movie genres. I'll read the first column. We have fantasy. Nobody mentioned fantasy yet. I'm a big fan of fantasy films.
The Lord of the Rings
Absolutely.
is an absolute masterpiece.
Romance, action, comedy, and western. Christina says, I'm Legend. It is current. It is a bit, isn't it? I guess. Like, you have one man walking in deserted streets.
With his dog.
With his dog.
Which is literally the only reason why we can go out. Is to walk your dog. So very current, yeah.
Angela
also,
asks,
well done, you use current.
Yes,
which is
it's
good.
correct use of current.
For something
very
happening
nice.
at the moment, current. Well done.
And Angela asks, is historical a genre? Absolutely,
yeah,
yes.
We recently, the last film we saw at the cinema was 1917, which was a historical film.
It's a historical film, also a war film, which is another one of my favorite genres. I really do like war films.
And there are some very good war films out there.
Yeah, absolutely. So we did comedy, western. The next column.
Animation, musical, horror, science fiction, and documentary.
Exactly, very nice. We didn't mention documentaries. And also, if we're talking about a film which is like a documentary, but it's about a person's life, we call this a biopic. Okay. I'll explain this word. It is a combination of two words, biography
and picture, which is another word we use to say film. So biography, picture, biopic.
Exactly. I like biopics as well, though it obviously depends on the person. For example, a very, very famous biopic came out recently called Judy, and it's the story of Judy Garland and Renee Zellweger, the actress, received an Oscar for this film, but I'm not really interested in Judy Garland. I don't know anything about Judy Garland, so I didn't watch this one. But other biopics, if it is a character that I'm interested in, I really enjoy.
For example, you told me you really liked the one about His Darkest Hour. Oh, The Darkest Hour.
His Darkest Hour, yes, which is a biopic about Winston Churchill. Yeah.
With an amazing Gary Oldman.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Science fiction is the same as sci-fi, yes. Sci-fi is the abbreviation of science fiction.
As you know, in English, we like to shorten words, so science fiction.
If words are too long, we're like, nah. Short.
Let's continue. Yeah, should we go on?
Yeah, let's move on.
And let's look at some films. So we'd like you to think about your favorite film or a film that you know and love, and to answer some questions about it. Do you want to read the question?
We have, who are the main actors? Which character did he or she play? The hero, the villain, or the sidekick?
Exactly.
Shall we explain this?
Yeah, let's do some vocabulary. So hero, we're sure you understand. It's very similar also in Italian. The hero is the protagonist, the good main central character of the film.
Batman, okay?
Or Harry Potter.
Or Harry Potter, exactly. Let's do Harry Potter. Harry Potter's great. So Harry Potter is the hero.
The hero. Then we have the villain. The villain is the
antagonist.
Yeah, the bad character. So
in the case of Harry Potter,
I can't say his name.
We can't say.
We can't say his name. But you know who the villain is in Harry Potter. You know who. And then we have the sidekick. So the sidekick is the hero's friend, usually the person who helps the hero. So if we take again Batman, the sidekick is Robin. It's Batman and Robin. And in Harry Potter, do you know the names of the sidekicks?
We have Ron and Hermione.
Exactly.
But in general, sidekick is, if you use it to talk about a film, I don't know, I don't think it's always positive. Like, to me, nowadays, if you call a character a sidekick, it's like diminishing their character.
That's because people don't appreciate the importance of sidekicks. True. If we take the example of Lord of the Rings, Frodo would not have gotten anywhere near Mordor if it weren't for his sidekick, Sam. Harry Potter couldn't do anything without his sidekicks, Ron and Weasley. So I think if we if we think of sidekick as not a positive word, it's only because we don't appreciate how important they are. Sidekicks are.
Although in The Lord of the Rings, I would argue that Sam is the real hero of the story.
Well, that's the point. The sidekicks are the real heroes, but just you don't see them because they're not looking for the glory that the hero is looking for. But anyway, we've gotten into it really did just turn into sofa time.
Sofa time with Sophie and Aaron.
Then we will talk about the when and where does the film take place. Okay.
And so when and where does the film take place is the setting. It means it's where the story happens. Okay?
Exactly.
So for example, Star Wars happens a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah. To talk about the setting, we can use two different verbs. We can say it takes place. Don't know what that word was.
In, or
it takes place in, or
it's set in. So it's not where they filmed it, it's the actual story where it happens.
Exactly. It takes place in, or it is set in. Two ways to talk about the setting.
Shall we turn this into the game?
Yes, let's do it. So this is the game we're going to play. Actually, Aaron can explain it.
Yes. So what we're going to do is tell us who the main actors are, where does the film take place, and something about the plot.
Yeah.
All very generic. And we need to guess the name of the film. Yeah. So do not tell us the name of the film.
Yeah, do not.
Just a general description, and we will guess.
Yeah, do not tell us the title. Let's see what Christina says. I like Matt Damon. I like Matt Damon.
I like Matt Damon.
Because he is ductile.
He plays many different characters. So not player, but character.
Yeah.
Or he's done many different roles as well.
Character or roles. And ductile, I think I've heard this word. It's like he's very, he can change character. He's very flexible as an actor.
Yes, I would say flexible.
I think ductile exists. I'll look it up.
But I don't know if I've ever heard it used about an actor.
The plot, Annalisa, is the story of a book or a film. Okay, this is the plot. So you can tell us also a sentence, 2 sentences, very general about the plot. Okay.
So we'll start to give you the idea.
Yeah, I'm going to look up this word ductile because I do think that it exists. Yeah.
But of a metal.
I think metaphorically, it's a scientific word, but I think metaphorically you can use it for people too. Annalisa says Robert Downey Jr. No context, just Robert Downey Jr. just throws it out.
Okay, so I'll start.
Okay, everyone listen carefully and we will guess what this film is.
So, it's a film about a person who has some mental disorders and is not helped by the society around him. The main actor is Joaquin Phoenix. And
it was on my list too.
Played by Joaquin Phoenix. And what else? I can't remember the name. Oh, setting. It's set in New York. Sorry, no, it's set in an American city that is invented. It doesn't exist.
And when is it set?
Current day, maybe a few years in the past, but
in the present.
In the present, yeah.
Okay. Who do we think? What film do we think this is that Aaron is describing?
Yes. So Joaquin Phoenix. Yes, Annalisa, you got it.
Yes, Annalisa's got it. It's Joker. Very nice. Good job. So, if you want to play as well, remember, do not tell us the title of the film. Tell us the main actors maybe tell us very generally about the plot. Tell us when and where does the film take place, maybe the director as well, if you know, and we will try to guess the name of the film. Okay, I will do one. This film is it is set in an American city, possibly Los Angeles, but I am not sure. It is set in an American city.
Okay.
It takes place in the present. The main actors are Edward Norton and Brad Pitt, and it is about I forgot the word for consumerism. It's about consumerist society and about people who want to be violent.
I know this. Let's see if you remember.
So it is set in an American city, possibly LA. It is set in the present. The main actors are Edward Norton and Brad Pitt, and it is about violent men in a consumer capitalist society. What film is this?
I know.
You know?
I know.
Annalisa says
yes, but what film
I
is
think
it?
she has it, maybe. Tell us, Annalisa, if you know, tell us.
Tell us the name. Tell us the name if you know. Let's
it's
see
one
if
of
you
my
guess it.
favorite films. In the past, it was my favorite film. And I think we said, you told me yesterday the director, but I've forgotten again.
No.
A student gave it.
A student gave it. I can't remember now.
If you know the title of this film. Yeah,
yes,
very nice,
well done,
Annalisa. Good job.
It is Fight Club.
Yeah. Okay, so don't forget, you are free to start typing and to play this game with us. Do you want to do a number in the meantime?
Okay. It's set. Okay, so it's set in. I think it's in New York, in the present, but there are some elements of the future as well. Well, anyway, it's set in the present in New York. It is an adventure film, and the main stars are the main star is Will Smith, and another actor. He's very famous. I can't remember his name. He was in No Country for Old Men.
Bardem?
No, he's
Tommy Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Okay.
Yes. Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith. Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith in an adventure film set in the present. I think it's New York. It's a science fiction film.
Oh my goodness, I don't know this film.
I
don't know this film.
So think about it.
When did it come? No, I genuinely don't know it.
Quite recent. Yes, it is. Men in Black. Well
and Christina's got it as well. Men in Black. Damn, guys, you are good at this.
Well done.
Okay,
well done.
I will do one last one, or shall we do our summary?
Let's do one last one.
One last one. Okay, so this film is set in Cambridge, in England, in the 1960s. The main actors are Felicity Jones, and I don't remember the name of the protagonist.
Eddie Redmayne.
Eddie Redmayne and Felicity Jones are the protagonists. He plays a very, very intelligent scientist who suffers from a motor disease, and she plays his girlfriend and later his wife. And it is also a biopic, so it is a true story.
Do you know the name of it?
Let's see. I'll repeat very quickly.
Okay.
It is set in Cambridge in the 1960s. It is Eddie
Redmayne.
Eddie Redmayne and Felicity Jones are the protagonists. It is about a very intelligent man, a scientist who has a motor disease, and his wife. It is a true story. Yeah. What were you going to say?
Oh no! While they guess, we can do the summary because we're at
a quick summary. So remember some pronunciation. Where you sit to watch a film is a sofa. So put the stress on the o, sofa. Attention of the type of film. The French, we use the French word genre. And we have some guesses. It's not Alan Turing. It's very, very similar. I don't know the name, the original title. Because
yes, it's probably different in Italian.
Yeah.
In English, it's called The Theory of Everything, and it's about Stephen Hawking.
Nice.
Hawking's, I think it's for that.
Remember also a point about grammar. It depends on your preposition and in my opinion, the other preposition.
And that's it. That's all we have time for. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much for playing, and we will see you next time. Have a good day, everyone.
And we'll be back in 10 minutes.